Beloved, let's get the point clear here. We as community are not going to be drawn into feudalism that is going around, that is spreading around, pertaining to churches, belief systems, practices, etc., etc. People tend to get involved in certain organizations, and when things turn around against them, they start now talking loud and making a lot of hullabaloo about how bad are those organizations. And for that, we are not going to entertain that. Greed, money, and fame. Those are three aspects that are very venomous, and they can distort one's reputation because you go about uttering things that are not real, that are unorthodox, because you want to qualify all those three factors. Now, there have been actually people who have been involved in certain organizations when they feel their needs or their objective are not met, they refrain and they start now bad mouthing about those. We're not going to entertain that at all. We're not going to, if you have been in that before, what makes you to think that they are bad? So that means you have been a bad person. So that means you are a rolling stone which gathers no moss. I know of a situation whereby a person would play for a certain football team. I'm just making an example. And then they do rituals because there's a lot of stuff that's going on. And then he will practice all those rituals and whatever they do there. And then when he quits the team, now he starts saying, that team, they win because they do this, blah, 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 blah. But you have been doing that before. So that means you were evil before. Now, as I'm talking to you, let us not try to sort of be judgmental. Let us not behave like Jesus Christ. When a person attends a certain church or he does a certain practice, don't criticize those people because you are no more there, or maybe you are not part of that. There are certain people who like criticizing other churches. I don't want to mention those churches, except a certain churches that I know that they are using some demonic spirits to heal people and to drag a crowd. They've got quite a massive multitude of congregants. So, but that is not what I'm talking about right now. So, but churches that do not have history or maybe bad reputation, don't demonize those churches. Every person have got a place where he can get healed or he get religious or spiritual satisfaction. Like in the book of First Corinthians 1, Apostle Paul says, let the people go and practice their spiritual beliefs in the different denominations, but they must be united. Let the people be united. Unity is very important. Let them talk the same language and serve the same God and be united. That's exactly what is being said in the Bible. Whether the person is from A church or B church or C church is immaterial. Let us not. And there's another thing that people always talk about pastors. Pastors. In 1 Timothy, verse 3, Apostle Paul says, there is nothing wrong in wanting to be a pastor, for as long as you are serving the purpose. Pastors are not born pastors. Pastors, they develop spiritually. upon spiritual nourishment, then you develop to a certain stage whereby God now feels that you are fulfilled. He wants to use you to spread the gospel, because pastoring is all about ministry. It's all about spreading the gospel. So, but not all of us can be pastors. But to aspire to be a pastor, there is nothing wrong in that. What you only need is that you have to be developed to become a pastor. Another point that is very important. People call themselves worshippers. Peter 4. God is not interested on the worshippers. God is interested upon the spirit and the truth in a person. When the spirit and the truth, then you qualify now. You are number one to become a worshipper. But if that spirit and truth, they don't prevail, just forget. Because with the spirit is about the intervention with the other Holy Spirits. Because you must remember, the spirits are many. That's why Legion, that man who was staying in the graveyard, when he saw Jesus saying, Son of David, what is it you're going to come and do? Are you coming to trouble me? Then the spirit spoke and said, don't take us far from where we are right now. And 1,000 pigs were around there, and they got into 1,000 pigs. So that means there are different spirits. So the purpose of the spirit is that it must have to interact with the spirits. And the truth is the truth of the word. You have to know the truth, the word. There is no way you can be a worshiper when you know the Bible, when you don't know the gospel, when you know the word. What are you going to discuss with other people? What are you going to convince other people who are not churchgoers, who are not worshippers, to join church or to be worshippers? You have to know it. You have to know the word. So people, please stop depriving yourself or lying to yourself that you are worshippers. Depriving yourself is that you're depriving yourself from seeking information to become knowledgeable, so that you must know the truth. And deceiving yourself is thinking that you've got spirit. You are using the spirit for intervention. The spirit is basically for intervention, to have that fulfillment. So, children of the Most High, please stop criticizing other churches, stop criticizing people that they are pastors, and stop. Even in the issue of, let's say, to become a traditional healer. You become traditional healer at a certain stage. Not that you have to be born be traditional healer. Because, there are certain times that you can come across a lot of tribulations, and then maybe those people who sent you, or maybe want to be a traditional healer, they feel that the only place or any situation where this person can be healed is when he becomes a traditional healer, so that he must fight all those spirits. So, children of the Lord, please let us be very careful and very considerate and resolute about what we say. We don't just jump and say stuff in the media that's going to embarrass you and embarrass other people and deform your reputation and distort everything about you, because every person is respectable, but you only become disrespectable just as when you start behaving or uttering stuff that it's illicit. So thank you for listening and have a good day. Bye.